So what is actually happening with our nervous system? Because if it's, hang on, it's our nervous system in our body, how can it be out of our control? What's happening?
It's these what I call survival strategies that are set up when we're very young, usually before the age of 7. For me, like a couple of my survival strategies are the achiever, what I call the achiever, the perfectionist, and the controller. And for me, visibility was one of the things I was struggling with. You know, this posting, doing videos, getting online, being seen. And as much as I wanted to get out there and build this business, I have a mission, I have a big mission, and I still could not make myself do it. It's like I found every excuse. But what was really happening in my system is my system was shutting down because it was feeling unsafe. So, as much as I wanted to be visible and get out there and really help the people that need me, there's a younger part of me who is taking over control, hijacking my system and saying, no, that doesn't feel safe. We can't do that. And it's literally that simple. We don't, as the healthy adult, yes, we have control over that. But in that moment, we freeze. We do not have control over that. So our system is not regulated. Our system is in stress and in overwhelm and feeling unsafe. And when we go into that space, um, we actually don't have control over that response. So it's a trauma response.
I'm trying to
And when I was
digest the information. That is really hard. One to pinpoint. Because we've got the knowledge, we know exactly what to do. We know exactly how to get in front of a camera, how to record a 30-second video. We know exactly what we want to talk about, yet it's kind of not happening. And
Yeah.
because we've got the knowledge of how to do it, and we've probably done it a few times anyway, and it's gone out there and we are quite comfortable with it. So it can end up looking like a business strategy problem. But then how do we
Yeah.
differentiate between the two?
When I was in that training room, that trauma certification training room, and we were beginning to really regulate our systems. And it was actually only when I was there I realized how dysregulated I was. Because this is about being so present, so grounded in yourself, so connected to yourself. And that's a process. I'm sitting in that room and, I'm telling the story of, working with the coaches and not figuring out what's wrong with me. Why am I broken? Is there
Mm.
something wrong with me? Because clearly I can't do this. And the teacher was pointing out that no, you're in the freeze mode. You're in a, you can, the four, the fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And you're in the freeze mode in that moment because your body does not feel safe. In your childhood, in my childhood, I grew up in a I suppose a very shouty, let's call it a shouty house, a chaotic house. So to be seen was not safe. So my survival strategy was, to retreat, to freeze, to disappear. And that allowed me to feel safe in my body in my childhood. And if that's not resolved, if that's not addressed, all those emotions are still in your body and they get stuck and they haven't been allowed to process. So part of this regulation is to really be present, to tune into the sensations of your body when you're looking at an issue like this particular issue. And it's like, well, what's happening? And there will be sensations going on. And okay, so if there's what's the emotion attached to that? And it might be fear. And it's like, ooh, scary. And it tends to be quite young language. It tends not to be very articulate language.
Okay, is it because we're linking back to our childhood when obviously our vocabulary is not quite as developed yet?
Yeah. So, and it's kind of just being so present with whatever is coming up that the body already knows how to process it. But because when we're in freeze mode or when we're in survival strategies, we tend to push down the emotions, they get locked into the body. So being present with the feeling, allowing it, just being with it, not needing to change it even, allows the body to start processing the emotion and start freeing up the energy. And alongside of that, you start to build in some safety. It's building capacity for safety into the system.
So is this what genuine resilience under pressure actually looks like when you start building that
Building the
resilience?
capacity.
Oh,
Yeah. And that's generally the majority of the work I do with people. Yes, we look at trauma, as well. But it's about teaching what I call the undefended state, where you're just so present in the moment, you're so grounded that you're connected to your body, you're connected to whatever else, whatever emotions and situations are coming up, whatever triggers are coming up, and you can just be with it. And also look for the safety in the body and start building that.
Something came to my mind just a moment ago, and I don't know, it's just a complete random thing that I'm going to throw in there. As you know, I'm not British, so English is not my first language. I've sort of tried to do some exercises of this kind, or I've come across them anyway, and I kind of struggle to pinpoint emotions. And I'm now wondering if it's down to vocabulary. Should I be searching for the descriptions of the emotions in Hungarian? Because when I was a child, that was the only language I knew. And I think
Yeah.
it would be quite interesting to at least bring the awareness to it, whether that would make any difference. Because, well, I know a lot of entrepreneurs here in England or Britain who are foreign nationals and English is their second language. And if they are struggling with the same thing, could language actually be part of the issue why we can't really move forward?